Hey everyone, E-Man here with RemoraLite.com. In this video, we're going to look at the Microsoft Delayed Data Watch List. If you don't have Thinkorswim, the other option in getting data for your watch list is through the Microsoft Delayed Data. Let's go ahead and have a look. We're going to click on our watch list options. We're going to select from the drop-down box Microsoft Delayed Data and choose Save. Let's close this window and we'll click Add Watch List. Let's call our watch list Swings and hit Enter. It says, do you want to make this watch list default for print lookups? We're going to choose Yes. Now we have our new watch list down here called Swings. I'm going to put in a title here. Let's call this ETFs. And the first one that I'm going to put in, we'll put the SPY. Now in this case, it hasn't returned the right value because, of course, the SPY is not 68 cents. I'm going to right-click on this card, and I'm going to choose Data Type, and I'm going to choose Change. It actually came back as Smart Pay Holdings. Let's go ahead and delete that, and I'm going to put in SPY. There's the ETF. We'll choose Select. Notice here with the fresh watch list that these columns are a default width. We get hashes here because the column's not wide enough to display all of the data. I'm going to click Manual Refresh. Let's add some more. We'll put the Qs, the IWM, and the diamonds. We can see here that it's pulled the correct data. The SPY is closed at 4:15.26. It's got a 9-point move up for the day. We have the open, high, low, close, and the last trade time. We have the books section, which is the buyers and sellers. If you have the level 2 market data, such as the NASDAQ Book Viewer, it might be helpful to scan the book pre-market to see where there are buyers and sellers when you're looking for day trades. You have a bullish above column, a bearish below, and a dark pool. What we would do here is if we were looking to enter the SPY, we might be bullish above 417.50 and we might be bearish below 412.50. We could have a target of 410, and on the upside we'll have a target of 420. We can do this the same for any of the tickers that we put in the list. Let's add some new data from our Recent Prints tab. If you haven't watched the Recent Prints video, I suggest you do so. For the sake of expediency, I've already filtered for prints over 400,000 that are already above the prints in the last 10 trading days. So let's select Abbott Labs and Boeing and Bank of America. I'm holding down the Control key while I select these. The shortcut for this is Control Shift and W. The reference for the shortcuts are on the Auto Update tab. Now when we go back to our swings, we actually see that these are added here. You can then enter your targets and all of the information that's there. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Settings tab, and let's see what else we can do with these watch lists. There's 3 sections on this form. The first one, we can add a new watch list if we like. Otherwise, there's some properties here. The general font size, the column title size, the section title size, and whether you want bold tickers or not. You can adjust the number of target columns. By default, the watch list has 7 bullish above targets, 7 bearish below, and 10 dark pool targets. You can adjust these accordingly, up to 10 bullish targets, 10 bearish targets, and up to 15 dark pool. The bottom section of this form is important because it gives us our recent print settings. The purpose of this is to populate recent prints into our watch list so we can tell if we're above or below these levels. In this example, I have it set to look back 10 trading days, so 2 calendar weeks, for prints over 400,000 cumulative. So what that means is if there was a specific price that had multiple prints at that level that were over 400,000, they would be included here in the dark pool columns. We have the Add to Dark Pool, means that you want the results added to the dark pool columns, and then the Overwrite if the dark pool is not empty. If you had entered some manual information here and this was ticked, it would overwrite your data that you have there. I'm going to choose OK and close this form. I can then click my recent prints, which in this case took 10 seconds to populate. We've had a really bullish week, so all of these price points are all above the dark pool prints. To refresh the data, we can click manual refresh. This also helps, as if at the beginning of the day or any point you see hashes in these columns, that means they're not wide enough. A manual refresh will recover that as well. Notice when we click this, it says updated May 29th at 11:14 a.m. Because the Microsoft delayed data doesn't automatically refresh on its own, you would have to click manual refresh again. During the day, as the price crosses your bullish above levels, these will actually turn green. If we hit our bearish below target, they actually turn red. So for example, the Qs are at 309.10. If we were bullish above 309, the sell would actually turn green. If we were bearish below 310, the sell would turn red. Another useful feature would be to create a filter on the recent prints tab for your watch list. I'm going to choose create filter here. It says enter a filter name. Because we're looking for swings, I'm going to call it swings. And it says created profile swings. I'm going to choose OK. If we look back at our recent prints and follow this instruction here, hit Control Y for filter options, we actually see a profile here called swings. This allows us to do a couple things. One, if I wanted prints returned in a specific criteria range, similar to our watch list, I could just choose Override Update with Profile Tickers, which will perform all of this on your selected tickers, or I can just filter directly for the swings by clicking Filter here. Best practice is to back up your watch lists. Should anything happen to Remora or Excel or your PC, you want to make sure that you have all of your hard work saved. Let's go back to the Auto Update tab. We're going to choose Watch List Options and choose Export Watch List. And it says the features used to export your watch list to a new file, which can later be used to import into a new version of Remora. Do you wish to continue? We choose yes. Now, let's give it a name. I'm going to call it Swinging Watch List and choose Save. And it tells you your watch list has been saved with an actual location. We're going to choose OK. Should a new version of Remora be released, you would come back to this same form and choose Import Watch List. If another user of Remora shares a watch list with you, you can come in here and choose Import Watch List as well and select the file. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next one, we're going to look at the dashboard overview. See you over there.